Hello, hello, fellow water sign Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Welcome to Stars with Stasi, where no matter who or what you are on this cosmic journey, you are welcome here. Greetings, I'm Stasi, your trusted psychic and intuitive reader. This is your weekly reading for June 2nd through June 8th, Scorpio, or whenever you come across this message, it's meant for you. So we're going to take a look at your general spread, then I will look at finances and a peek into the relationship sector of it all. Now, this week, the big major lunar event is going to be the new moon in Gemini, which is happening in our 6th house. So that's acts of service, working with others, habits and health routines. So let's go ahead and take a look. So I've got number 54, crossing, initiation. Interesting. That's real deep spiritual energy. Imagine that, Scorpio. So some of you may be actually feeling a call to do service for others, right? You may be feeling this need to want to get a message out there, Scorpio. We are the transformers of the zodiac, so to speak, right? So if anyone in the zodiac has been through something, burned it to shit, rebuilt it even better, and done that, I don't know, every couple months, we are the experts at the rebuild. And actually, because Pluto is going to be going direct in Aquarius at the end of this year, that shedding process before we get there, right? The entire time Pluto's in retrograde, having everyone re-examine what they need to shed before we enter, the new world, so to speak. That's going to have the collective trying to level up, really, and they're going to be going through some Scorpio stuff. So my point in saying all this, Scorpio, is that you are going to feel a calling to help, a calling to help people see that there are better days ahead, that the transformation process can be joyful, actually, because you are in charge of your rebuild. All right, what do we have for Scorpio, please? Interesting. 2 of Swords. I've got the King of Swords. Wow, okay. And I also have the 7 of Pentacles. All right, guys, I feel like you definitely are at a crossroads about something you're working on, right? Needing to make a decision, perhaps, if you're going to cut ties with something or continue forward with it. The King of Swords is an energy of being able to make decisions because you have all the information you need. You can see it clearly and you've done the research. This is also about being orderly and even law and order. And then we've got the 2 of Swords here, right? And the 7 of Pentacles. This is giving me an energy of like, you're working on something, not really sure which way to go with it, maybe at a crossroads, which here literally says the initiation, the crossing. And I feel, Scorpio, that this is going to be about thinking, like expanding your thinking. Actually, that's true. Gemini energy, right? Gemini energy is all about the innovation. Well, not even about the innovation, but it's devil's advocate, right? So you are literally doing this in your head all day. Is it going to be A or B? A or B? And then it's about the investigation of it all. What's going to suit me better? And is it worth it? So let's look and see. Gemini energy is also about the heart and the mind balance, right? So that's the other reason why this week will have you in an energy of examining your beliefs and your thoughts, actually with the Hierophant and the 5 of Cups. Not really feeling the same way about things you've believed in the past. Actually, that's how it's coming through. So this is really deep. This is like in the general portion of the reading, it's like a bit of a spiritual ascension this week. And it makes sense because that new moon in Gemini is going to have you re-examining all of the like your wellness routine, which will have a lot of Scorpios meditating or trying to do, not trying, but doing different healing modalities, for example, sound bath, meditation, chanting, dancing. Interesting. All right, so wow, Scorpio, what are we in our heads about this week? Because I've got the 8 of Swords clarifying the 2 of Swords. Self-limiting beliefs, perhaps. Let's see. I've got the Two of Wands clarifying the King of Swords. And the Knight of Cups clarifying the Seven of Pentacles. That's really interesting energy. And I'm like excited to see what's going to come next, because I'm looking at this Two of Swords with the Eight of Swords, and it's definitely telling me that you're in your head about something. And it's potentially some decisions that you have to make about moving forward with, something you're working on. So for example, if you are a creator and you've been working on something, are you going to pivot? Are you going to continue with the same messaging? Is there something that's going to come that's more, that takes you in a different route? Actually, that's really interesting, because I will tell you, I'm getting a download right now that says, they're telling me that there are things that are going to happen that's going to pull a sector of Scorpios into doing more humanitarian work. And it has to do with the rising of the divine feminine. So I will say that if you have any type of messaging, and you don't have to be a female to be part of the divine feminine rising, that's for sure, right? The same way that when the divine feminine rises, we heal and take with us the divine masculine. We don't put anyone below, we elevate and create. Is the same way the divine masculine will also be healing from the past patriarchal constructs that we've had. And this is really deep, and I didn't expect it to go this way, but this is what is coming through. Scorpios, we re-examine things, and I feel, are very much the zodiac sign that helps shape the collective into being more open-minded and into being more, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, Scorpio. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we are shapeshifters. That's the best way I can put it. I feel like we're shapeshifters, and I feel that we are going to help mold the collective into a new course of being. That's the best way I can put it. And also, with this Knight of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles, I do need to say that I feel that some of you are going to be pivoting with friendships. There are certain Scorpios out there that are not really vibing with the same crew any longer, and I feel like there are conversations to be had there. That's interesting. All right, so let me take a look at your finances here, Scorpio, and I'm going to continue to get the downloads for this, because that's interesting energy. There's something here about doing work for the greater good, elevating. Mostly the message I'm getting is about the divine feminine. And the way this translates, because now that I'm doing the financial sector, the way this translates is, let's just say you've been through a really difficult divorce, for example, right? I'm going to use Bethany as an example, right? For those of you who know who Bethany Frankel is, she went through a very difficult divorce, and she now discusses it on her social media where she hadn't before. The timing of that astrologically is not by mistake. So I feel like there are women and men everywhere that are turning to this, let me share with you my experience where I felt suppressed, undervalued, abused, secluded, you name it, right? Bullied, whatever it was. And I feel like people are going to be speaking out in the masses at that. So there's something here to that. I know that's, I don't know. That's just how it came through. All right. In terms of the finances, practice self-compassion. So that's interesting. I've been pulling these cards to clarify the themes for our finances, because I'm finding that where people are limited in their abundance, it's mental. It's mental more than anything else. And so I'm trying to see if we can't get to the root of that, right? Because I use tarot for solutions, for therapy, for answers, not for the drama of it all. So just know that if you're new to my channel, we are using this to get healthy. So practice self-compassion. See yourself with loving kindness. Acknowledge your growth as an empath and honor the person you have become. You want abundance, you want financial freedom. Have compassion for yourself in times where maybe you haven't made the best financial decisions, in times where you were suppressed and didn't have the ability to make what others made, right? Because of the color of your skin, your gender, where you were born, the language you speak, right? It's a real situation. For a lot of people, right, it's not just about, oh, I didn't get that job. It's like, I don't even get seen for the opportunity. So keep that in mind, collective, as you speak about your experiences and share, recognize that every time you speak, you still come from a place of more reach and more, what's it called, abundance than someone else. And so that in itself is enough to be grateful. Ooh, I don't know where this is coming from, Scorpio. This is getting deep, and it's not what I was thinking we were going to get into today. Woo, child, I've got the Three of Swords coming in through the financial sector of it all. I am hearing this strongly, and I know that this is the case for so many Scorpios. This right here is about a bad breakup and getting the short end of the stick, or getting the money manipulated out of you. That's what that's about. Heartache when it comes to money because of a past relationship. Eight of Pentacles, building yourself back up after that, 100%. And the Knight of Swords. Interesting. I feel like this is about connection and possibility for a financial, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm seeing the Three of Pentacles in my mind. So like collaborating with someone to make, like in a project, of course, right? Because that's the energy we're working towards. So you don't really need a psychic to tell you that, but what I can help you with is telling you again, the timing of this is not by mistake. A few things to consider. Gemini rules the hands, the lungs, right? This throat chakra, the collarbone, all this, and the bones. So you are trying to, right, speak into existence that you want abundance, that you want to create a lifestyle for yourself, that you want to put in the effort to get out, right, a fast resolution, something meaningful in your life. You know, oh, it's escaping me. Hold on one second, Scorpio. Give me a minute. I've got so many messages coming through. It'll come back. One second. Okay. So what I was going to say was, because Gemini rules the hands and all of that, this is an amazing time to be very, very creative and to actually make money from that financially. It's a good time to also focus on your day-to-day budget and planning, because this is in our 6th house, this new moon. So this is, you want to put more money into your business. This is a great time to talk it out, because Gemini energy. Talk to your financial advisor. Speak to someone about your creative ideas. Like, just speak it aloud and start planning, right? This is that energy of routine. So the Three of Swords comes out because of the Knight of Swords. Interesting. So we've got the Knight of Swords closing out this mid row of finances, and we have it opening it up as well. And I've got the Eight of Pentacles clarifying the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Hold on. And then I've got the 10 of Wands clarifying the Knight of Swords. You know what, Scorpio? There are 3 things that are coming through, which is why I was getting so distracted. 1, if you had a tumultuous ending with a partner where money became an issue and it was unfairly kept from you, divided, the settlement was whack, whatever it is, I feel like you're going to learn more about this situation, even if it happened months and months ago. So keep that in mind. You're going to find out something more. And it could be because you decided to look into it. The information could come your way. It's hard to tell. But that's one thing here. And you're going to find out, basically, that this person didn't exactly get away with it. That's what I'm hearing. Like, now this person has their own financial issues. Like, who knows? Their insurance got canceled, or, something's going on, right? They're losing their housing. There's some kind of karma at play that perhaps, not even perhaps, I feel it strongly, that you find out about it this week. The other thing I'm getting is this is the end of a difficult road in terms of any blockages you've been having with your business. So For example, you have a channel, you have a platform, and you've been stuck at a certain number of subscribers, or you haven't, your reach has only gone so far. This is a week where I heard blockbuster numbers. So keep that for whatever that means to you. You might actually do something this week. Something might go. And yes, I'm hearing viral, but it's more than that. It's viral plus, right? The reach is someone on the other end gets it who wants to network with you. That is very Gemini energy as well. All about the communication. And because it is handheld, right? That's what I'm seeing, like typing online, that is going to be reflected back to you in a way that brings you an opportunity. Because 2 8s of Pentacles says that whatever you're working on, this is confirmation that it is happening, right? This new moon is bringing that to you. And this is budgeting, financing, investing, and just being mindful of your resources, right? Dotting your I's, crossing your T's. Interesting. The other thing too, this is wild. I also just got something about student loan forgiveness. So somebody out there might be waiting to hear about student loan forgiveness because I feel that the end of a difficult road with that debt. I also see here communication coming in with the Knight of Swords, and it actually came through that way for me just now, like the end of a student loan saga, right? So who knows what that means? It could be a discharge because of a disability, something like that someone is waiting to hear back from. Also, I'm picking up that, again, this is about opportunity and estate planning. Oddly enough, I'm hearing that there's an opportunity here for estate planning. This is a good week to do that. Separate from the finances, and I want to go back to this general. I just got a health update as well. Because of what Gemini rules, this is an important time that if you are having any type of throat, voice, arthritic issues, anything like that, this Gemini season is when you want to handle that because the atmosphere, right, the energetics support healing in this area. So this would be a great time. And for some people, I'm even seeing like, oh, this is tough for me because I have this. So, the thyroid, I'm seeing all of this area here as something to investigate. So if you are needing to get labs or blood work or anything like that, because you've been feeling a little bit different, this is the time to do it for that. Okay. Very specific. It came through. Thank you, Spirit. All right, and now let's look at relationships. 2 cards came out. Interesting. Gemini is all about the 2, the doubles, the sides. So what do we have? We've got number 32, jeweled web connectivity. And then we've got number 13, Scorpio energy in the major arcana. This says refusal of the call, dream thief. Interesting. I feel like this is about online connections for sure, right? And also like putting your fears behind you. Some of you are so ready to really be light workers and spiritual advisors and all of the things and to start stepping into the occult practices. But because of the programming, because of the relationships you currently have in your life, there's hesitation because it does require a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Responsibility, time, effort, and desire, will, all the things. But those of you who are ready, it's time to step into it, right? It's time to start exercising your wisdom and sharing what you know, right? Stop thinking of it as teaching. You're sharing. We are sharing. We are collaborating together. So, also, back to the dating and the relationships of it all, I'm also seeing that this is a great time for online dating. Some of you may be experiencing the energy of alternative relationships because Gemini likes to explore, right? And we're Scorpios, so need I say more? Truly, you may start investigating all kinds of relationship types. For some of you, you may find yourself entering into a work romance, a throuple even. That's true, right? Take it or leave it, but that is the energy of this as it all flies in my face. Let me see who came out. The Magician card. How do you want me to take it? Okay, 1 second, like this. The Magician card came out. So that is a reinvention of yourself. And also, this is all interesting. I have the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Definitely new energy for you in relationships. I feel like you are definitely more mindful of these flew out by accident, more mindful of the energy you're attracting, right? I feel like you're almost being more picky, if that makes sense, right? You are being more mindful and intentional with the energetics you share. It feels like I say that and the Devil card pops up. I don't know how mindful you're being, Scorpio. You know the Devil. But besides it being the fun parts of the 8th house, the Devil is also, actually, in all seriousness, warning of, like, don't get in any relationships where, first of all, I just heard if you're getting love bombed, run, right? You're going to attract a lot of people in the next week. True story. Be mindful of what comes towards you, because that's what I'm hearing, right? About being intentional with the energies you share and the intentional, like in all aspects, friends, beyond all of it. I'm also hearing that because this is about daily routines and things like that, be mindful of giving too much of your energy to people that you were just meeting. And what I mean by that, because I'm seeing it, sometimes when we first meet someone, we enter into these like nonstop texting, nonstop, hey, then it becomes good morning. And then you build this false sense of relationship with someone that you've never met before and that you just started chatting with, right? And then when it fizzles out for whatever reason, because nothing lasts forever, and if it does, it's only one thing usually, then I would just say to you that, you know, then you go through this like grieving process of missing a relationship that was really just a texting false sense of, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, so be mindful of how much you're giving of yourself up front, I guess is the point, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, don't build up anything false relationship wise as you are meeting people. And the Fool comes up. Yeah, definitely new approach to relationships. So the Fool is wearing the robe, is all like tattered at the end and torn, signifying that, yeah, they've done this before. It's not your first rodeo, Scorpio, but I feel like you're definitely reinventing what relationships look like to you, right? On one hand, definitely going to have more fun, but with more intention. That's, I guess, the best way to put it. Like you're, this is great. So the Sun card just flew out to clarify the Magician. I love that. I feel that, by August, you guys might, some of you might find yourself in a more committed relationship, actually. I didn't expect to hear that. Interesting. Yeah, that's what's coming through. You could be attracting someone that becomes a more solid and permanent part of your life. Because I'm literally hearing this becomes, he or she becomes part of your daily routine. So if you meet someone this week during this new moon, that relationship is going to grow legs. Fascinating. And again, the more than likely you'll meet this person, it could be online, right? So you might decide to put up a profile, take the leap of faith with this Fool card. And, you know, you one of the several people that you will attract during this during the season, I feel is going to grow legs and turn into something more meaningful and impactful by August. All right, so to clarify the Devil card, we have Temperance as Sagittarius, clarifying Capricorn, telling me that you are healing from a past toxic relationship and that you are now ready to actually invest time and energy and effort into new relationships. I'm hearing relationships with an S. I'm looking at a, that's so funny. They're showing me a menu, literally a menu of options. And they're saying, Scorpio, you are in a position where you've done the work and you can sit still. Do not chase, attract, have your pick. Interesting. Okay. And then why the Fool card? I'm hearing it's all about your approach. It's all about your approach. And this week, the messaging is reserve and conserve your energy and allow your relationships to show up for you. Yes. Stop, Scorpio. I can't. Look, I can't because I can't. The Fool card twice. This is not the first time this has happened. Didn't this happen last week? Okay, now I have to go and check. Somebody tell me, comment below. I feel like we just had a reading where the same thing just happened because I was floored, and I love the Fool on the Fool. This is like green light, baby. Go for it. Like, this is what's the word I'm looking for? The Zero of Fucks. That's the new card. Two fools together is going to come together to form one card. The Zero of Fucks. This is saying go for it. And yes, Scorpio, I'm cussing. We're all adults. We're all Scorpios even. So it's okay. It's okay. I love this. This is this is something else. I mean, I did not expect this. This was such a deep reading, which doesn't necessarily surprise me, but this last row. Stop, Scorpio. I'm looking at this, and this last row is all major arcana in our relationships. And so I want to explain what that means for those of you that might be a little bit less familiar. When the Fool starts their journey, they're going through the life lessons of the major arcana, right? So that's the 21 cards. And when cards show up in your reading in the major arcana, that is signifying that's a major life lesson happening for you. When you see everything else, right? Everything else that comes, that's not a major arcana, that's your everyday players, your everyday life lessons, heartbreak, studying, traveling, mundane stuff. This is alchemizing energy. This is going deep into the down into the underworld and dredging up. This is Pluto retrograde. That's what this is, right? This is healing your thoughts so that you can be right in your head when you go and try to include someone else into your new world. And this is literally comment below. Honestly, caption this. What is this to you? This is the best thing I could imagine. And every week I've been posting Scorpio best readings. Now I have to title this, so I don't even know, but this is amazing, honestly. And this is for our relationships and how we get along with people and how we are in community. That's great. Because I don't know about you, but last time I checked, a lot of us have been hibernating for some time. We've been in our rebuilding phase. So I guess this is now where we go out and show the world what we've done with ourselves, and it goes well. Scorpio, I love this for us. Let me check the shadow work before I get into what we can manifest. And then that's it. I will see you hopefully this weekend. I hope to do a live this weekend. It's going to depend. I've got some things going on. All right, Scorpio. Let's see. The shadow work. I picked these cards because these cards are going to have, when I see this as a Gemini energy, because it's going to be the devil's advocate of something. So I'll show you. This is number 27. This reads offended or enlightened, right? Offended or enlightened. It's about perception. When this card shows up, Spirit's warning you, like, listen, you could be offended because you hear something that doesn't go well with what you believe to be true. But remember, it's a belief. It's just true for you. Just because you believe it's true does not make it true for them. So the reverse exists. When someone tells you all about what their thoughts are, especially during Gemini season, they want to chit chat and tell you all their business. People are not going to necessarily be telling you their business, but this is a time of stimulating intellectual I can't speak. This is a time of having stimulating intellectual conversations with others. But unless you choose to be enlightened by a difference of opinion, you will more than likely get offended. Spirit says, take pause, listen to what's being said to you, and think about it. You don't have to agree, just become enlightened, because that actually breaks up your algorithm, has you experiencing different things in life, and it's part of our, eighth house responsibility, the glow up, the rebuild. And you can't rebuild unless you have new material. Think about it, right? So this week it says, when I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. That is deep. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to receive divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. I do want to mention something, Scorpio. I want you to take a good look at this Magician card. This, right, is going to also represent Gemini in many ways. We've got one hand up, again, ruler of the hands, up to the ethers, one hand pointing down to the material, you, the alchemist in the center, blending the two. This is a time where, believe it or not, the veil is actually quite thin. So if you are looking to meditate more, add those daily practices into your, into your day-to-day, as redundant as it was. If you're looking to incorporate new daily practices, use this energy to your betterment. It will make a difference, right? You can do anything whenever you want, but when you know the astro weather, it is easier. It is helpful, to be honest. So Scorpio, comment below and let me know how you would caption this. How would you title this video? I might just pull your thoughts. That's exciting. All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave some comments. Every little thing you do as a supporter helps my channel grow and is changing my life. I'm so appreciative, guys. Thank you so much. Remember that we're all stars from the sky with feet on the ground, doing the best we can with the information we have. So be kind to yourselves and each other. Don't forget to take a look at all your major placements, especially during this new moon, so you can understand what things you can get popping off the ground this week. And until next week, may the magic that we weave and the words that we speak, Scorpio, bring healing to all those who seek it. Have a great week ahead and shine brightly.